I think that all of you glamour girls, the movie stars, have quite a difficult life. Marilyn Monroe in our country has had a lot of sadness. Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, yes.
You have had that. Perhaps it's because God does this to make people feel who have no talent that it's not easy to be a glamour girl.
I don't understand what you say.
Old Hollywood was full of glamour and unforgettable stars. But behind the lights and cameras, some actresses made bold choices that shocked the world. They dared to go topless on screen, breaking all the rules of their time. These women didn't just act, they challenged what was acceptable and changed Hollywood forever. In this video, we're talking about 10 brave actresses who went against the norms. From Jane Mansfield's headline-making scenes to Hedy Lamarr's daring role in Ecstasy, these stars pushed boundaries. You'll learn about Brigitte Bardot, who became a symbol of freedom, and Sophia Loren, who showed confidence and elegance in every role. These stories are about more than just scandal. They're about courage. In a time when the rules were strict, these actresses stood up and made bold choices. They helped change the way women were seen in movies, opening the door for others to follow. Stay with us as we uncover how these women used their art to break barriers and create lasting change. Their decisions weren't just shocking, they were empowering. Let's dive into the bold and rebellious era of old Hollywood and discover the stories of the stars who dared to go topless and make history. The bold era of old Hollywood. The golden age of Hollywood wasn't just about glamour and timeless classics. It was also an era of quiet rebellion. While societal norms were conservative, some actresses dared to challenge those boundaries by embracing their bodies on screen. Going topless was more than a shock tactic. It was a statement that defied expectations and opened new doors for creative expression. For actresses, taking such a bold step wasn't without risks. Conservative audiences and rigid moral codes often meant backlash from the public and media. Studios, too, were cautious about protecting their stars' reputations, sometimes suppressing daring scenes or releasing them only overseas. Despite this, these women made bold choices that forever changed the landscape of Hollywood and paved the way for greater freedom in artistic expression. Their decisions didn't just influence cinema, they shaped cultural conversations about women's autonomy and representation. By daring to go topless on screen, these actresses became symbols of liberation, challenging societal taboos and inspiring generations of performers to embrace their individuality and creativity. Jane Mansfield, the pioneer of boldness. Jane Mansfield was the definition of bold. Known for her voluptuous figure and fearless personality, she became one of the most daring actresses of her time. Her topless scenes in Promises, 1963, made waves, sparking a media frenzy and polarizing opinions. It wasn't just about nudity, it was about pushing boundaries in a world that wasn't ready for such audacity. The controversy surrounding Promises, only added to Mansfield's appeal. She embraced the attention, using it to boost her career and solidify her image as a fearless, unapologetic star. Jane understood that controversy could translate into box office success, making her a savvy strategist in addition to being a daring performer. Mansfield's boldness wasn't just a career move, it was a statement of empowerment. By owning her image and decisions, she redefined what it meant to be a woman in control of her narrative. Her legacy is one of confidence, courage, and unapologetic self-expression. Hedy Lamarr, the beauty who broke barriers.
Hedy Lamarr was one of the most iconic actresses of her day, known for her great beauty and said to be the inspiration for Catwoman and Snow White. But there was a part of her life that almost no one knew about.
Hedy Lamarr's topless scene in Ecstasy, 1933, was groundbreaking, earning her international fame and controversy. At a time when nudity in film was almost unthinkable, Lamarr's decision to go topless was seen as both scandalous and revolutionary. The scene, which depicted her in an intimate, vulnerable moment, wasn't just about shock value. It was a portrayal of raw human emotion. The backlash was swift. with critics condemning her choice and some countries banning the film altogether. Despite this, Ecstasy became a significant milestone in cinema, marking a shift toward more daring storytelling. For Lamar, it wasn't just a provocative moment, it was a defining one that set her apart as an artist willing to take risks. Hedy Lamar's legacy goes far beyond this bold scene. She proved that beauty and intellect could coexist, later earning acclaim for her groundbreaking work in technology. Her fearless approach to both her art and life remains an inspiration, showing that daring choices can lead to lasting impact. Sophia Loren, sensuality meets art. Sophia Loren brought a unique blend of beauty, confidence, and authenticity to the screen. Known for her natural allure, Loren wasn't afraid to embrace her sensuality in her work. Her topless scenes in European films, while shocking to conservative audiences, were celebrated for their artistry and sophistication. Unlike some contemporaries, Loren approached nudity as a form of self-expression rather than provocation. Her confidence and poise made her stand out, setting a new standard for actresses who wanted to explore their sensuality without compromising their dignity. Loren's willingness to push boundaries wasn't just about breaking taboos, it was about elevating the art form. Sophia Loren remains a timeless icon whose boldness continues to inspire. Her decision to embrace her body on screen helped normalize nudity in cinema, proving that it could be both tasteful and powerful. Her legacy as a trailblazer for body positivity and artistic freedom endures. Brigitte Bardot, the French bombshell. Brigitte Bardot was more than just a movie star, she was a cultural phenomenon. Her topless scenes in And God Created Woman, 1956, shocked audiences and turned her into an international symbol of liberation. Bardot's fearless embrace of her sensuality redefined the role of women in cinema, blending art and controversy in equal measure. Her impact went far beyond the silver screen. Bardot's unapologetic confidence and carefree persona resonated with a generation seeking freedom from traditional norms. She wasn't just an actress, she was a lifestyle icon, influencing everything from fashion to attitudes toward relationships and sexuality. Bardot's boldness wasn't without its critics, but her defiance of societal expectations made her a pioneer. She proved that embracing one's body and desires could be a form of empowerment. Today, she is remembered as a trailblazer who helped shape the cultural revolution of the 1960s. Rita Hayworth, the glamorous rebel. Rita Hayworth was one of Hollywood's most glamorous stars, known for her captivating beauty and powerful performances. Before she became a household name, Hayworth posed topless in a series of publicity shots that showcased her daring spirit. These early photos added an edge to her persona, hinting at the complexity beneath her femme fatale image. Hayworth's later roles, including her iconic performance in The Lady from Shanghai, 1947, often played on her seductive allure. While she didn't go topless in mainstream films, her earlier choices revealed a willingness to challenge societal norms and embrace her sensuality. This duality between glamour and rebellion became a defining feature of her legacy. Rita Hayworth's life was a mix of elegance, boldness, and tragedy. Her choices, both personal and professional, made her a symbol of resilience and complexity in a world that often demanded simplicity. Her daring spirit continues to inspire. Marilyn Monroe, redefining sensuality. Marilyn Monroe was the ultimate symbol of sensuality, redefining beauty standards in the 1950s. Her topless scenes in the unfinished film Something's Got to Give, and her iconic nude photo shoots pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in her era. Monroe's unapologetic embrace of her body challenged societal norms and helped change the conversation around women's sexuality. Her willingness to bare herself, both literally and emotionally, added depth to her public image. Marilyn wasn't just a bombshell, she was a woman navigating the complexities of fame, self-worth, and personal expression. Her vulnerability made her relatable, while her boldness made her unforgettable. Monroe's choices weren't without controversy, but they cemented her status as a trailblazer. She showed that beauty and strength could coexist, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire discussions about empowerment and body positivity. Joan Collins, the controversial starlet. Before becoming a household name in Hollywood, Joan Collins made waves in European films with topless scenes in movies like The Stud. These daring roles showcased her willingness to take risks and challenge conservative norms, helping her transition into a leading lady in Hollywood. Collins's choices sparked debates about women's representation in cinema. Some saw her as a bold trailblazer, while others criticized her for pushing boundaries too far. Despite the controversy, Collins used her platform to advocate for more complex, dynamic roles for women in film. Joan Collins proved that daring choices could pay off. Her career flourished, and she became an icon known for her glamour and wit. Her topless scenes weren't just provocative. They were statements about women's autonomy and their right to control their narratives. Anita Ekberg, the goddess in La Dolce Vita. Anita Ekberg's career is defined by boldness, with her iconic fountain scene in La Dolce Vita cementing her status as a goddess of cinema. While that scene was suggestive, Ekberg's topless moments in lesser-known films revealed her fearless approach to art and storytelling. Ekberg celebrated the natural beauty of women, using her roles to challenge stereotypes and embrace sensuality. Her boldness wasn't about shock. It was about portraying women as powerful and unapologetic beings. Her career serves as a reminder of the impact of daring choices. Anita Ekberg's fearless approach to nudity and sensuality helped normalize these elements in cinema, paving the way for future generations of actresses. Ingrid Bergman, the quiet trailblazer. Ingrid Bergman was known for her talent and grace, but her exile from Hollywood led her to take on more daring roles in European cinema. During this time, she appeared topless in films that allowed her to explore deeper, more complex characters. These choices showcased her bravery and commitment to artistic expression. Bergman's nudity wasn't gratuitous. It was purposeful, used to challenge stereotypes and add depth to her performances. Her ability to combine vulnerability with strength made her roles unforgettable and added layers to her legacy. Ingrid Bergman's boldness paved the way for actresses to embrace more complex, multifaceted roles. She proved that nudity could be a tool for storytelling, not just a spectacle, leaving an enduring impact on the world of cinema. Brigitte Helm, the original femme fatale. Brigitte Helm, best known for her iconic role in Metropolis, 1927, was a trailblazer in every sense of the word. Helm's portrayal of the dual roles of Maria and the seductive machine man cemented her place in cinema history. While she didn't explicitly go topless in Metropolis, her daring performances in other films broke barriers and set new standards for artistic expression in film. In an era dominated by strict societal norms, Helm's willingness to push boundaries was revolutionary. She starred in European films that explored daring themes of sexuality and empowerment, often incorporating bold visuals, including moments of nudity. Her choices were not just about shock value, but about capturing the depth and complexity of her characters. Helm's performances reflected a fearless commitment to storytelling, no matter the societal expectations of her time. Brigitte Helm's legacy is that of a cinematic risk-taker who paved the way for actresses to explore bolder roles. Her work inspired future generations to embrace artistic freedom and challenge traditional stereotypes, proving that creativity and courage can redefine the limits of what cinema can achieve. The impact of topless scenes in Hollywood. Topless scenes in old Hollywood weren't just moments of shock. They were milestones that changed the course of cinema. These daring choices by actresses challenged the status quo, breaking taboos in an era when conservatism ruled the industry. By taking such risks, these women opened doors for future generations, proving that film could be both provocative and meaningful. These scenes allowed actresses to take control of their on-screen personas, showcasing their bodies on their own terms. Instead of being objectified, many stars used nudity to challenge stereotypes and add depth to their characters. For audiences, it was a chance to see women portrayed with a new level of honesty and authenticity. The influence of these moments is still felt today. They set a precedent for body positivity and artistic freedom, encouraging modern filmmakers and actresses to embrace creativity without fear of judgment. These scenes weren't just about nudity, they were about liberation and the power of choice. Controversy versus empowerment. Topless scenes in old Hollywood sparked intense debates. For some, they were seen as empowering acts of rebellion, allowing women to claim control over their narratives in a male-dominated industry. For others, they were viewed as exploitative, pandering to the male gaze rather than advancing cinematic art. The public and critical reactions were equally divided. Some audiences applauded the boldness of these actresses, seeing their decisions as a celebration of independence and artistic freedom. Others condemned them, arguing that these moments undermined morality and traditional values. The dual legacy of these scenes lies in this tension between empowerment and controversy. What's undeniable is the courage it took for these women to challenge norms. By going topless on screen, they ignited conversations about representation, autonomy, and art. Whether viewed as controversial or empowering, their choices left an indelible mark on Hollywood's evolution. The legacy of vintage divas. The daring choices of vintage Hollywood actresses continue to influence cinema today. These women redefined what it meant to be a star, proving that beauty, confidence, and boldness could coexist. Their topless scenes weren't just shocking. They were statements of independence and artistic vision that still resonate in modern culture. Modern actresses often cite these divas as inspirations, embracing their legacy of body positivity and artistic bravery. The courage of stars like Brigitte Bardot, Marilyn Monroe, and Hedy Lamarr set a standard for using art to challenge societal expectations and push for change. Their influence extends beyond the screen. These actresses helped shift cultural conversations about women's autonomy, inspiring movements that continue to fight for representation and equality in media. Their legacies remind us that breaking barriers requires risk, but often leads to lasting impact and admiration. Why their stories still matter. The stories of these old Hollywood divas are more than just tales of scandal. They are milestones in the journey of artistic expression and empowerment. By daring to go topless on screen, these women broke barriers, challenging society's view of women and their roles in cinema. Their decisions were about more than fame. They were about freedom. These actresses showed that beauty and boldness could challenge stereotypes and inspire change. Their stories remind us that Hollywood wasn't just a factory of films. It was a battleground for cultural transformation. These women used their platforms to defy conventions, paving the way for future stars to take control of their stories. Today, their legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the courage it takes to push boundaries. Their boldness continues to inspire, proving that confidence, choice, and individuality are timeless virtues that transcend generations. Their stories will always matter. The actresses of old Hollywood who dared to go topless weren't just making movies. They were making history. Their choices challenged the rules of their time and opened up new possibilities for women in film. They used their courage to stand out, paving the way for future stars to be bold and free. Their stories still inspire us today. These actresses proved that standing up for your choices, even when it's risky, can create lasting change. They showed that art isn't just about entertainment. It's about breaking barriers, expressing yourself, and pushing the world forward. These women helped shape Hollywood into what it is today. Their bravery reminds us that it's important to own your story and take risks to be true to yourself. They were more than stars. They were trailblazers who used their fame to inspire change. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories about the stars who changed Hollywood. See you next time.